In today's video, we're going to go over how to make a super affordable floating office desk on a very strict budget. Stay tuned. So the very first thing that I want to go over is why I and why yourself may actually want to custom build a desk, because sometimes it's just as easy to go to a store, pick something out, bring it home, slap some legs on it, and you're done. For my case, and again, maybe for yours as well, I opted to build this desk here because I needed to fulfill a couple of niche needs. Now, need number one was just space. My walls are evenly spaced about 10.5 feet, I would say, and I wanted something to go completely end to end. Most store-bought desks, if they were affordable, are some sort of hollow wood, so getting something too big and cutting it down really isn't an option, and I really didn't want to go too small. I wanted to fill this entire space seamlessly with desk. Reason number two was construction. I'm currently in the process of redoing this room if you guys have kept up to date with the channel, so why not make a mess now? I haven't finished cleaning up the mess that I made months ago. And reason number three was I wanted it to be legless. So this is actually a floating desk, and the main reason for this is I haven't actually floored this room yet, but I want to get down in here and I want to have my PC set up on the desk behind me, so the most feasible thing for me to do to eliminate stress in the future was make a legless desk and just floor underneath of it when I'm ready. Now, the nice thing about building this desk, one, it facilitated all of my needs. Two, it was very cost effective. In fact, this entire build you guys can see behind me cost me less than $75 Canadian, and 15 of that were actually the 4-inch screws that I didn't have. Subtract that from the equation, I bet you could do this for probably under $50 US or $60 Canadian. For myself, I ended up going with a couple of 2x4s. So 2 of them were 12-foot lengths and then 2 of them were 8-foot lengths. And what we did was we actually just braced the back wall, drilled that directly into the studs and attached that with 4-inch screws. On the sides here as well, we went ahead and we cut down 2 feet, or actually about 21 inches off the 8-foot 2x4, and again attached that into 2 studs, and then faced the whole front of the desk again with about 10.5 feet roughly of that 12-foot 2x4 that we cut down. That gave us our base frame. From there, I used some of the remaining 8-foot 2x4s, and we just made a couple of brace slats to make sure that we could put the top on it, and then the remaining, I think one left, 2x4 was actually made to house the legs underneath. Now, this guy is very, very sturdy. I'm probably pushing 165, 170, and I can sit on this comfortably. In fact, there really wasn't a whole lot of wiggle room on this, even without using the custom-made L brackets. Gonna come closer to you guys. The custom-made L brackets that we ended up installing underneath. The main reason why I did that is, again, we're under construction, we're building it right now, so we might as well make it a little bit more rigid. This will house all of my gear, my PC, my everything. So to give it a little bit more structure now just made sense. Now from there, I just used, I think this is 7/18 inch, or we'll just say 1/2 inch plywood on the very top This was a 4-foot by 8-foot section, so I just had my local hardware store go ahead and cut that completely in half, giving me my 2 feet of depth, and then we went ahead and we seamed it together over here. I will be putting a top on this eventually. This is by no means the kind of bare finished product, but in the long run, the goal is to actually floor this with some vinyl click flooring, with the same floor actually I'm going to be doing on the basement floor, and then put a little piece of flash molding on the front, something to dress it up a little bit, and then probably just paint the bottom legs the same matte white that I have the walls. Now, the only small mistake I did make with the overall height of the desk is I should have actually measured where the top armrest would have been on my chair. Ergonomically speaking, you want to have your armrests at the same height as your desk. That way you're laying your arms completely flat. And for myself, we're at a slight angle. It's not a big deal. The reason why I went a little bit higher was I'm probably going to end up putting about a 5-inch flashing on the front of this. If it underhangs a little bit, I still needed ample clearance for my legs. But if I could do this again, I would say, they say, you know, measure twice, cut once. I probably would have measured the height 3 times. Our main goal was to get this actually level, but I would actually roll up your computer desk and see exactly where you want that to be arm-wise, whereas we measured this for leg clearance. And I think had it been a little bit lower, it would have been absolutely perfect. Now, comparing that to something store-bought, very similar to this IKEA Linman tabletop, not only do I have a better overall structure to put my computer and everything on, but I have the ease to customize everything, even accounting for, let's say, a $40 box of flooring to put on the top of it. We're still actually under the total cost when we look at materials compared to the Linman legs and the Linman top that you're going to get from IKEA. And that's maybe for me, I don't have an IKEA close, so I actually pay an additional $40, $50 for delivery instead of driving 3 hours away to pick it up at a store. So to settle for something like this, or to reuse my hollow Linman that is bowing and just looking not right, to go with a custom piece for, again, sub $75, sub $100 if you factor in the cost of the flooring that's going to go on top, it was really a no-brainer for me. You guys have seen through the little bit of a walkthrough as well as the little bit of B-roll that I ran for you guys exactly how this is constructed. It's really, really simple. I would have actually done a full tutorial, but we just kind of done it off the cuff. We really had no planning or no blueprints, and luckily for us, it really all worked out. My father came and helped me. He's great at what he does. Just a general dad by trade. Helps me with anything I can. Hopefully I can do that for my kids in the future. But I'm super excited for that. I'm super excited to get it finished, get everything down here, and keep cranking some videos out for you guys. So if you liked this video, go ahead and leave a like while you're down there. Don't forget to comment and even subscribe if you want to as well. I know I've got some annotations going reminding you of that, but it really honestly does make a difference. If you guys want more updates on the studio or about the desk specifically as well, again, leave that in the comments and we will definitely see what we can do. Until the next one, my name is Crazy Dog. You guys have been awesome, and we'll catch you all in my next video. Take care.